Hi, I'm Carrie and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing the September Tarotscopes. This is an energy reading for each of the zodiac signs for the month of September. Every month I've done something different, a different combination of cards, a different way or style that I've read by the layers of the cards. And this time I am going to do 12 individual readings. Normally I've been laying all the cards out in a large group and letting the cards play off one another in order to bring forward your message for your sign. But this time I've decided to do a full reading for each of the 12 signs. So all the timestamps will be in the description box below. And what we're going to use is the Wild Reflections Tarot, the Tea Leaf Fortune cards, and I'm going to use the Whispering Woods. It's like, I don't know, like a little affirmation deck, something like that. I'm going to do a basic energy obstacle advice. However, our tea leaf cards are going to come in and play a role to see why these energies are showing up, why that obstacle is showing up. It's going to give us that added layer. And then the Whispering Woods is actually going to be the overarching theme for the reading itself. And that's also something to take with you in regards to that reading, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and get these shuffled up, and I'm going to start with Aries. Be sure to check the description box for your sign, and don't forget to comment if you like this video. I do appreciate that. So I am going to get these decks all shuffled up. Please remember, all readings on this channel are for entertainment purposes only. I put that disclaimer in every single video here on my channel, whether I'm doing a reading or not. So that's what they are, for entertainment purposes. So I will be right back with the reading for Aries. Okay, Aries, here is your reading. The overall theme is the night. Find comfort in the night where the world switches off and the stars burn bright. Just looking at these cards, this tells me that the peace and quiet is going to come for you at nighttime. Every single one of these cards is in the daylight. So the chaos ensues basically in the daytime hours. So the only respite that you have, the only peace that you're going to find in the month of September is in the evenings, in the night, when you can decompress, when you can gather your thoughts together and make something out of the chaos that is happening. Because the energy coming forward for you this month comes from the Death card. So this is a month of transitions. This is a month of changes. And the reason this is coming forward is because of the feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere, and seahorse, which is family members. So this tells me that there is a definite shift happening in the dynamics with the family. Maybe someone that you counted on, someone that you thought was going to step up, step forward for you in some way, does not follow through with their promises. And this rocks the family dynamic in some way. Whether this is a family person or someone outside the family, there are changes and shifts now because of this that are going to happen. The obstacle that is the main problem is you're not listening to your intuition. You can't hear it because you are too wrapped up emotionally into what is happening and what is going on, which is kind of spinning you out of control a little bit. Because since the Queen of Cups is in an obstacle position, I'm seeing her in a reversed state. So because of everything that's happening, you are now feeling insecure and unsure what to do. Be careful. Do not take risks is the claw. And down here with broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. So whoever doesn't follow through, whatever rocks your boat, basically within this family dynamic, kind of spins your month or maybe several weeks of the month out of control, because now you don't know where you're going to go from here. You're not sure how to maybe move forward and handle things. But this, I think, is the call to action with this comes from the Knight of Swords. And this is where it's time to pick up and take care of things yourself. The Knight of Swords isn't quite as rational as the King of Swords is, but he's not afraid to take a risk either. And he's not afraid to step up and stand up and say what needs to be said. And that's kind of the energy that I feel with this Knight of Swords. In order to calm this chaos, in order to deal with the person that is disrupting your peace in some way, you're going to have to stand up for yourself. You're going to have to be your own champion. The apple card is temptation will test you, but the eagle is triumph over troubles and obstacles. And that's what I really feel with this Knight of Swords. If you start standing up for yourself and get out of the emotional turmoil of it and start thinking rationally just a little bit, then you are going to be able to, like I said, calm the chaos, calm these waters. The be careful, do not take risks, I feel, is kind of like a warning to not make a choice or a decision from that emotional standpoint. Wait until you step into this Knight of Swords energy. Wait until your thoughts in your head is a little bit clearer and not making it from that emotional upset that is going on as your obstacle. While you are sitting in this emotional turmoil, you will not be able to think clearly to make these rational decisions. And you will be tempted to react from that place of trying to control everything that's going on. But you cannot control another person's actions. You can control your response to it with that Knight of Swords energy. I feel with the Knight card here, which even though this is spelled different, I think this harkens back here to the Knight of Swords because this is talking about nighttime, obviously. But what I really feel with this is at night, maybe you are able to step out of this problem. You're able to see it for what it really is. You're able to get a grasp of the emotions and that are going on, and you're able to start thinking a little bit clearly when you are in that moment of peace and quiet. So even though someone is unreliable or undependable this month, do not let it spin you out of control. You can work through this in a different way as long as you think, like I said, rationally about the whole thing. But by month's end, triumph over troubles and obstacles is what occurs, and you find a new path forward. I hope this resonates for you in some way, Aries. You can let me know in the comments below, and I'm wishing you a wonderful September. This reading is for the zodiac sign of Taurus for the month of September. Taurus, your overall theme for the month of September is risk. Learn to grow wherever you are planted. It's weighing your options and deciding whether or not something is better on the other side of this, and are you willing to take the risk to go after that. And when you hear what these cards are, you'll see how much that theme plays into this. So we're starting out with your energy being in the Seven of Pentacles. You're trudging along, you're doing the same thing day in, day out. You're working hard at what you are doing or what you are pursuing. But you're starting to wonder if the path that you're on is the right one for you. You're starting to wondering if all the sweat and tears and time equity that you've stuck into the direction that you're headed, what you're trying to achieve, the goal you're trying to reach, is still worth the energy that you're putting into it. The egg says success is assured with good plans and hard work. So the egg is saying, yes, you have had success with what you're doing. You are on a journey or a path or a road that is yielding you some of the things that you want to yield. But you're starting to question about whether or not they're coming as quickly as you'd hope that they would come. And are you just spinning your wheels? That's what I feel with the Seven of Pentacles energy. The box below says you will receive a gift. I think there's going to be unexpected surprises that come up this month that's going to show you. I see them as mile markers, synchronicities that occur that help you realize that you are on the direction or going the direction that you're supposed to go, or maybe give you that little bit of a wake-up call that says maybe we need to adjust things a little bit. So you're stuck in this reassessment energy in the month of September, trying to figure out whether or not you still want to head this direction. Because if you look here, he's moving away from everything. And if you look, they're all kind of facing this way. So everything hinges on your decision as far as, is this the path that I want to go on or continue on? But with the way they're looking, I'm going to say it looks that way, at least right now, directionality wise. Your obstacle is the Three of Wands. And what I felt immediately when this card came out was that you're wondering why everybody is reaching their goals, getting their success quicker than you are. Why is it panning out for them and not for me? But is that true? Are you really not getting the prize? Because the box here says that you are. There are things that you're receiving. There is success that you're having. But are you measuring that against someone else's success? The Three of Wands is looking out here wondering when his ships are coming in because it's in an obstacle position. And I feel having very little patience and waiting for those ships to come in. The Peacock says, beware of great pride. So are you making these changes? Are you considering other options? Because like I said a moment ago, that you are weighing yourself up and against what someone else is doing, how someone else is winning. And then the barrel down here says, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And you're wondering, are your needs being fulfilled? And are you reaching that level of success that you hope that you would have at this point in time in your life? But there's a big caution here with the big beware of great pride, and whether or not you are thinking of making these changes or abandoning this direction based on what somebody else is receiving. And your advice for this month comes from the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is asking you to just hang on a minute, step back before you uproot your life, before you up and change everything that you've worked hard at pursuing and gaining. Just take a pause. Maybe you are having these thoughts from a place of exhaustion. Maybe you're having these thoughts from a place of stubbornness or aggression here with the ram, where you are feeling slighted in some way. And that's why you're thinking that what you are pursuing is not growing for you or not working out for you in some way. And the Nine of Wands is saying, just hang on, just wait a minute. And you need to decide whether or not this Three of Wands energy is worth the risk. Is it worth it when you are seeing successes? The heart, love deep, affection, and caring. For me, it's not about like a relationship. That's not what I'm seeing with this heart. I'm seeing this heart is your heart still in it? Is your heart in this? And you need to start weighing those pros and cons and evaluating where your heart is truly in. Is it still here in this Seven of Pentacles energy where you've already seen successes, or are you really ready to abandon it, but not from that prideful thought process, but really from what your heart is telling you to do? I'd love to know, Taurus, if this resonates for you in some way, and are you willing to take the risk this month and change your direction altogether? Gemini's energy. Okay, this reading is for the zodiac sign of Gemini for the month of September. And your overall theme for the month Gemini is transform. Emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. And just looking at these cards really briefly, this is very fitting to go along with the advice over here. So we're going to start here with the energy coming forward, and this is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is about that competition, not that hurtful competition that may happen in the Five of Swords, but I'm feeling a little bit differently about this card. And just by going off of the image of this card, this has me in that headspace of everybody's watching me. They're looking at everything I'm doing. They're judging me for my actions. They're wanting to know why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that. So you are making your choices. You are planning your life. You are doing everything in order to kind of people please all these persons looking out from behind the tree. Now, while I know they're playing some kind of game, competing against each other, and that sort of thing where, maybe one's trying to get ahead of the other, I'm really getting that energy, that sense of trying to please them by your actions, because you're trying not to upset the boat, basically, because kangaroo is unsettled times, need to plan ahead, and the whale is great worry over nothing. So this tells me that there is way too much energy given to these onlookers. There's way too much energy given to the thought of what others think of you and your choices and what you're doing, and whether or not you are playing the game as you're supposed to play it. Because people like to put us in those boxes of, these are the rules, this is how you play, don't stray from that. And I have a feeling that you want to step outside of that box, because the obstacle is the Ace of Wands. So there is this desire in you to do something different. There is this desire to break away from this monotony of this routine with these people, this group, something that you've been doing to please the masses. You want to do something different. You have all these ideas percolating in your head. And I get this from crib, birth or conception of a child, or enterprise. And I feel like there is that something new that you want to do, but you're not exactly sure how to bring this to fruition yet. You're not sure if you should follow through with this idea. It excites you, but again, we're worried about pleasing the masses. So the reconciliation on the pineapple card is telling me that you're going to have to reconcile with yourself of which way you're going to go. Are you going to stick with the fray here and, do what they want you to do, say what they want you to say, not change your way of doing anything because you don't want to upset this dynamic? Or are you actually going to step into this Ace of Wands energy and bring your new idea, this creative endeavor, this new adventure, new path that you want to step into to life? And the advice to that is the Fool. It is time for something different. It is time for something new, because I feel like they're running around the maypole here. And once you go in circles enough time, weaving through all these people and what they want and what they need from you, and are you satisfying them in some way, it's exhausting and it's monotonous. And that's why this Ace of Wands is challenging you this month. It's saying, look, we've done this. We've tried it this way. We've tried it their way. Now it's time to do something else. So the Fool is your advice. It's saying, all right, let's go. And if it fails, but at least we tried. And the energy, additional energy with the Fool, is fire, strong emotion, passionate, love or hate. And then we have Vulture, depression, anxiety, worry that someone is against you. You're afraid to step into this Fool energy because you're afraid of what others are going to think. But yet this Fool energy is being fueled by this strong emotion. You know that there's a different path that you want to go. You know that there's something else that you want to do, something else you want to step into. You just need to let go of that fear of people pleasing, of deciding that they know best for your life rather than you knowing best for your life. So I think the energy of transform is a perfect overall theme for what these cards are saying for the month of September for you. It's time to try something different. It's time to stop doing everything that others expect you to do and to go your own way, and to figure out what this Ace of Wands is wanting you to create and a way to bring that into conception. So let me know, Gemini, if this resonates for you in some way in the comments below. I would love to hear, and I'm wishing you a wonderful month of September. Interesting. Okay, this reading is for the zodiac sign of Cancer for the month of September. Cancer, your overall theme comes from the card Let Go. Enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tight. this is perfect for the cards that are sitting here on the table. So we're going to start over here. The energy for you in the month of September, Cancer, is the Knight of Pentacles. At some point, I've lost audio, so I am voicing over the reading for Cancer. Cancer, your primary energy for this month comes from the Knight of Pentacles. This is all about staying the course. This is making plans and sticking to them. The Knight is reliable. He is the one that you turn to when you need help in some way. He also likes routine. He doesn't want his routine altered. He feels comfortable at home in his routine, in his plan making. But something is making you feel uneasy this month. Something is causing your judgment of things to be clouded and distorted. That's what I get because we got the cloud, temporary problems. We've also got the dog far away. A distant friend is thinking of you. I feel like someone is coming in and disrupting this routine, disrupting this peace for you, and making you decide whether or not this is the plan or the direction that you still want to go in. Maybe this is a plan that you've had in place forever, and now this person is coming forward from your past saying, "Oh, hey, remember me? What about?" And then now you are stuck up in your head with those clouds and confused about what to do from here. The obstacle, the challenge comes from the devil. So there are temptations here in the month of September for you, Cancer. And maybe that has something to do with this person from the past. If it's a past partner, past lover, or whatever coming forward now, reaching out to get in touch with you, maybe that's causing some confusion in your head. Maybe this person is putting these ideas in your head, this friend from the past, that is making you reevaluate your life and possibly think about whether or not your life is too dull and unexciting and just the same monotonous day over and over and over. Because supporting that devil energy is the wishbone, a wish is granted, and a butterfly, a change for the better. And the devil is about that temptation, but he's also about self-sabotage and wrecking your life, because you are possibly being swayed or manipulated maybe by somebody, and maybe you think what this other person has to offer is exactly what you need. But if that's the case, how is that going to disrupt your life? What other things is that going to tear down in order for you to have them? Or maybe they're just putting ideas in your head that things need to be different and this isn't the life that you should be leading, etc. And all these plans that you had in this direction that you thought you were going has now been completely disrupted and been taken over by confusion. So, your advice for this month comes from the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles likes security and it likes stability. And it's asking you, maybe this isn't the month to take the risk. Maybe this isn't the month to upend everything and change course altogether. And yeah, maybe that person does seem a little bit exciting, or um, makes you feel a little bit different, tempts you in a certain way that you haven't been tempted in quite some time. But the caterpillar says things will not always be this way. A change is coming. And bear, danger, especially in money matters. Well, I don't feel this has to do with money, even though there is a lot of pentacles here on the table. I feel that this has to do with someone tempting you in a different way. And the bear is reminding you that this is a dangerous path to be treading or going down, especially if it disrupts families or anything like that. The caterpillar who says things will not always be this way, a change is coming. I think that is a reminder that you have the ability to change your life. Someone else doesn't have to come in and sweep in and change your life for you. You change your life, you make those decisions. So it's not a month to completely step out of that routine energy. It's a month to think about the risk taking that you've been contemplating, and deciding whether or not you're being manipulated by somebody and whether their influence upon you is making you think that the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe it's time to evaluate your own grass that you're standing in with that Four of Pentacles energy, since you like that security and stability. And the fact that The overall theme is let go, enjoy the pulsing light of the firefly, but don't hold on too tightly. So maybe this is a reminder that let loose once in a while. Yes, it's fine to plan. Yes, it's fine to have a routine. Yes, it's fine to worry about your stability and security, but it's also okay to let go. It's also okay at some point in time to step into that devil energy, to give into those temptations, um within limits, so to speak. So think about that as you move through the month, Cancer. And are you too stuck in your routines? Are you too set in your ways that your life has become dull and unexciting, and maybe that's why you're being tempted by this devil? And are you willing to risk all the stability that you have created in your life for the thought that something is better on the other side of the fence when you've never really even stood on that side? So I hope this resonates for you in some way. Let me know in the comments below. I'd really love to hear. And I'm wishing you a wonderful month and a fun start to fall. Okay, Leo, here I am with your energy for the month of September. We're going to start over here with the Six of Pentacles. This is about the give and take, the equal exchange and energy balance kind of thing. But we've got with it the key successful outcome to your problems and cup. You should accept valid criticism. And really, what I get with this Six of Pentacles energy for you is that someone is coming to you with advice, someone is coming to you with their take on something that you are planning, on something that you're wanting to do, on input into your outcome to your problems. They are coming to you with their take on it. And what I feel is it's not exactly well received because it says you should accept valid criticism. And while you are taking this maybe with a chip on the shoulder, feeling like someone is critiquing you in some way, what if they are just offering actual advice that's going to help you through a situation this month? But you are already headstrong about what it is that your plans are for how you're going to approach this situation. And that's where we come over here to the challenge aspect with the Knight of Wands. And what I feel with this energy is you've already got a course in motion. You've already got yourself moving forward and build up momentum to how you're going to fix this, what you're going to do, what your next step is, etc. And now someone's coming in giving you their input on the situation, and you feel like this is a new venture, a fresh start that you're doing or that you're giving yourself. But is it that fresh start? And are you willing to step into this table energy with hard work ahead? Are you willing to maybe sacrifice and to work a little bit harder at what you're trying to obtain than constantly wanting people to maybe do it your way? With this Six of Pentacles, there needs to be more of a give and take energy between you and someone this month, between what endeavors that you're involved in, exchanges that you're involved in. Maybe they've given and now it's your turn to give in this situation, because otherwise you're just making things more stressful on the situation at hand when you're not willing to bend. And that's another thing that I pick up with this table and this hard work. You can't bend a table, whether it's made of wood or steel or whatever material. It would have to be sawed through. You can't just like mold it and bend it into anything that you want. So I see this table as a rigid outlook where this is your plan, this is what you've always wanted to do all along, and this is what we're sticking to. But this creative idea and these new ventures with this fresh start, I feel like if you want that to be successful up here with the key, you got to do a little bit more of the give and take energy in the month of September. Your advice to that comes from the Seven of Pentacles. And this is a chance for you to take a moment to step back, to maybe look at what the other person has given already, to maybe look at what they've sacrificed or what they've done in this situation and evaluate whether or not you have given the same back to it. Over here, we have increase in material wealth and spiritual growth. And then we have feeling tied down and frustrated. What I feel with these two cards, with this Seven of Pentacles, is you are being given the opportunity to basically level up this month, to grow, to expand, to not stay in your same old rigid ways, to not make it maybe your way or no way, with this feeling tied down and frustrated. And you're being asked to just take a moment and look at this in a different way and look at, okay, so this is where I want to go. This is the idea that I had, and this is where I'm wanting to take it. But by pushing my agenda, am I going to have the successful outcome that I wanted? Or do I need to give a little bit more and see how successful things have been already, and understand their viewpoint, understand their side of the situation too? The main theme for you in the month of September is uncertainty. The shades of gray within the fog will eventually lift. So if you are unsure of how this is going to work, or if you're unsure about relinquishing some control, giving a little bit more, bending a little bit more, and not being so rigid like the table here, and look at all the hard work that is being put into this, and then taking time to evaluate everything as a whole and seeing what the other person has given and seeing, what you have given, and look at the balance between that. I think the fog will lift and there won't be the uncertainty of, is this going to work out or not? Are you going to have this successful outcome? Because I feel with the cards that are across the top, successful outcome, hard work, and then increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. If you are willing to let go of this table because it's the obstacle, if you're willing to saw it in half and create something new from it, you're going to have the increase, you're going to have the success that you want. If you're going to go at it, looking at these three from a place of criticism, and that maybe this was your venture, your idea, your plan, and now you're feeling tied down and frustrated by it, you're not going to have the success. So I almost feel like there's two pathways here that you could choose to go. Just because you want it your way and you're full steam ahead in one direction, that doesn't mean that you don't consider the other option also, and to take time and reevaluate everything that's going on with this right now, so you can have the successful outcome by the end of the month that you want to have with this. Let me know if this resonates for you in the comments below. I would love to hear, and I'm wishing you a wonderful month of September. Okay, Virgo, so your energy is in the Five of Cups, and this is either grief or disappointment, or where you are basically wallowing over a situation that has not worked out for you in one way or another. But the energy supporting this is new home, new attitude with broom, and bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. And what I get with these two positive cards is it's time to move on. It is time to let this problem go. It is time to accept it for what it is and to step into that new attitude, to overcome this problem, and to realize that you do not have to sit here any longer. What's done is done. There's nothing you can do to go back and fix it. You just have to start from where you're at today and move forward from here. And that's really what I feel the broom and the bridge are trying to bring forward for you, that this isn't the end, that this isn't maybe as great a catastrophe as you feel that it is. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it was a disappointment in some way, but it's time now to look at it differently and to pick yourself up so you can start moving forward in the month of September. The challenge is another difficult card. It's the Three of Swords. And while they typically call it the heartbreak card, What I feel with the Three of Swords is you replaying the stories of that pain over and over in your head. You are revisiting the situation. You are telling yourself the story of what happened, how you reacted. If it's with another person, maybe how they responded. You're reliving it daily in your mind, not in your outer world, but in your mind. The energy supporting that challenge is a great passion and advice from a friend. So this situation is difficult because we've got Tulip with the great passion. So this is something or someone that you deeply cared for, that you maybe thought was going to be your forever, or you thought this was going to be the path that you were on forever. And now it's gone for whatever reason. So that's why you're having these episodes where you are reliving it again and again. And I think something that is fueling the problem with this, because we have dog barking, advice from a friend. So, what may be fueling the problem is someone who thinks that they are helping in some way is just continually fueling this grief, fueling this upset, making you relive it, bringing it up constantly to you, where it's not really helping you get past it. It's just making you stay stuck in it. And that's something to think about. Who you're getting advice from. Is that advice helpful? Is it keeping you stuck? Is it keeping you down when maybe you are trying to get a new attitude around this and move on from it? The advice from this comes from the Knight of Cups. And while you were hurt, especially if this was a love relationship, while you were hurt and it feels like it has crushed you, the Knight of Cups is here to remind you to not shut yourself off completely from those that truly care about you. Know that there are people out there that actually are here to support you and not keep you drugged down. And supporting that is something important, such as a new job or raise with bag. And then we have basket with recognition and reward for merit. And I think this Knight of Cups is the champion in your corner, that they're going to tell you that there is something else out there for you, especially with this new job and raise in this bag. This is not the end. This is not the end of the story. There is something better. There is something greater out there for you that you actually deserve. And I feel this Knight of Cups is going to come forward and help you see and understand those opportunities that are still there for you. While this other person is keeping you stuck in the narrative of what was and what happened and how dare that happen to you, or how dare that person do such and such to you. The Knight of Cups is that other supportive person that's going to say, I understand that this is tough, but the recognition and reward for your merit is this Knight of Cups supporting you, lifting you up through this situation so you can grab that new attitude, so you can overcome this problem successfully. So I really think what September is for you, Virgo, is to really evaluate who is in your corner and who isn't. Who is keeping you stuck in the Five of Cups, Three of Swords, negative energy, and who is trying to help pull you up and out of that and move on to something better, help you to see something greater. Oh, I forgot to pull your overall theme for the month. Oh, look at this. Clearing, make room for new growth. Isn't that absolutely perfect for what I just said? This is about clearing out the noise, clearing out the people that are keeping you stuck wallowing, keeping you stuck in that self-pity, keep reminding you of the situation, of the person, of the event that is causing you so much pain. It's time to clear out that noise. And it's time to step in to that Knight of Cups energy, to be a little bit softer with yourself, to lean into the people that have some compassion, to lean into the ones that are lifting you up and to helping you see that there is something greater on the horizon for you. I hope this resonates for you in some way, Virgo. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm wishing you a wonderful month of September. Libra's opposite. Okay, this reading is for Libra. We have energy, obstacle, and advice, and then our extra layer here. So, Libra, we've got the Nine of Wands as your primary energy for the month of September. And I feel several things with this. The Nine of Wands is taking a step back, retreating, regrouping before they move forward. And I feel kind of a twofold, like you are protecting yourself in some way, but also you are taking a time out to uh, look at what is going on in your life and the choices that you've been making in your life. I really do feel that's what's coming here from this Nine of Wands energy. And he looks exhausted uh, through the whole thing. And the supporting cards are coins, money will be coming to you, and harp, great happiness. When I look at these two in conjunction with this Nine of Wands, what I am intuitively feeling is you are evaluating whether or not the things that you're spending money on, the things that you are buying, are they actually bringing you some sort of happiness, or are they filling some sort of void in your life? That's really what I feel with this three card combination here, Libra, is you're now evaluating how much time and energy you've spent on certain purchases or the way you've been spending your money and how it is affecting you. Is it giving you the happiness that you thought that it was going to give you? On the flip side of that, for those that are maybe struggling at this time, there may be some money, extra money coming in, Libras, if you are, have been down and out recently with this combination. But I'm kind of seeing it or being pulled to it more the other way, in the other direction that I already talked about. How your obstacle is the Four of Pentacles, and all you're wanting is security. So everything that you have right now, you're holding on to with like iron claws. You don't want to let any of it go. You are focused on not necessarily hoarding, but the idea of what your financial future is going to be like. And it's so weird because when I'm looking at all of this as a whole, I almost feel like I'm holding on to objects, waiting for them to gain value so I can sell them later. I don't know why. I'm just being intuitively pulled that way. And that's kind of what I feel as a whole here looking at these cards. And the thing you need to evaluate is, are these things that you're holding on to, are these things that you're waiting to become valuable, that you're spending all this money on now, is that really what's going to happen? Is that going to come to fruition? With the Six of Wands, it says, yeah, you'll get some success with that. But at the same time, just pay attention to your health. I feel like all of this, especially if you are strapping yourself financially, it's causing a lot of stress. So you really need to pay attention, is, are you getting from this exactly what you're wanting, or are you just like moving into that hoarding mode? Firecracker excitement. I also feel like there is a charge and excitement that you get by looking for that next new thing, by looking for that thing that you think is going to hold all this value in some way and bring that into your life. The advice for that is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands tells me there is going to be some sort of success with this, if this is a venture that you are, or a path that you are going down. We have solid foundations, success with effort. And then we have romance, celebration, and party down here with the fan. But the thing about this Six of Wands, because the Wands is that real fiery energy, I feel like this is a short term success, a short term victory, not something like the Ten of Pentacles, which would be a more stretched out, longer longevity as far as, gaining money or getting value, selling things for a value that you want, that sort of thing, if that's what this is. So you need to evaluate whether or not this is a plan that is working for you and is going to sustain you in the future, and is it causing you too much stress? Are there things in your life now that you need to start selling or letting go of if we're sticking with this money and happiness card here? And what kind of foundation are you building for your future doing it this way? So on the flip side of that, for the Libras that I said may be receiving some sort of money this month that's going to help them, the obstacle is because maybe you've been struggling for right now, you're going to want to hold on to it as tightly as you possibly can. Because, like I said, this is causing a lot of stress that I get with that. Pay attention to your health. But there's something that you need to start thinking about now in September is what kind of foundation, what kind of success do you want financially in your future? This isn't something I feel to wait on because look at these two characters. They're completely facing opposite directions. So if this is representing that financial struggle in some way and you're wanting that financial success, you're not even looking at each other, where you can like meet in the middle here with this person who's clutching on to things so dearly. So there is a disconnect happening in your financial world, basically, Libra, that needs to be looked at, evaluated, because the success and the solid foundation that you're wanting in your future right now at the beginning of the month, you're not even able to see because you're not looking at the steps or overcoming the obstacle in the middle. And maybe that is about saving and not the spending, and putting more away in savings than you are spending, and not worrying about celebrating and buying that new thing, and instead saving and putting things away for the future to create the more stable foundation. Let's do a theme for you. Wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Isn't that fitting when they're holding flowers here, even though they're sunflowers? Really, what I feel with that wish card is wishing that your finances were different, wishing that you had this extra money coming in isn't going to bring the money in. There needs to be a more solid foundational plan in place in order to have the growth and success that you want in the future. So if this is about that overspending or buying items thinking that they're going to be worth something later, is that a solid foundational plan? If you want that party, if you want that success up here with the tower, there has to be a realistic look at what you are actually saving, what you are doing to create that success in your future. And just wishing for it is not going to bring you the tangible results that you would want to see. Let me know if this resonates for you, Libra, in the comments below. I would love to hear. And I'm wishing you a wonderful September. Okay, so this is the energy outlook for Scorpio in the month of September. Energy obstacle and advice, or energy challenge and advice. Your energy is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is that celebration of success. Look at what you've done. Look at how far you've come. Look at the things that you've gained and brought into your life. Maybe it's an invitation to something. Maybe you're going to a wedding. Maybe you are getting married. Maybe you are purchasing a house. What I feel with this, because I feel this is all about foundations that are laid. And have you laid a strong enough foundation for where you currently are right now and everything that you've built? That's where I feel that we're sitting in the month of September. And that's what you need to look at. Are the foundations that you are looking at strong enough? And we have trouble, accusations, and then we have plenty of material things. And if what I actually feel is there's some sort of purchase, some sort of material purchase that could be occurring for you in the month of September. And you really need to start evaluating, is it worth the money? And you really need to start evaluating, is the foundation strong enough? If it's a house, is everything okay with the house? Are you being told everything's okay with the house, but maybe it's not? Whatever the large purchase is, because that's what I feel this is. I don't feel like this is a small little thing. This is a big event. So whatever you are bringing into your world, You need to make sure that you're being told the truth about what the item is. You're being told the truth of how the item works, or if it's a house, like the foundation of it, or is there any other problems with it? There is something that's not being told, and that you may discover trouble later, because the obstacle, the challenge, comes from the Nine of Wands. And part of me feels with this Nine of Wands is that you don't really want to look at, is there problems with this house? Is there problems with this purchase? Is this something that you can afford? Because it's something that you want. It is something that you're desiring. It's something that you think is going to make you happy in some way. Maybe it's a house or a car or something like that that you have wanted for a long period of time, and you just think that now's the right time to do it. So you're not wanting to look at the other aspects of it, which may cause trouble later on if you don't want to ask the right questions. So another obstacle is pay attention to your finances. And I get, is this purchase really worth it? Is this venture really worth the cost that it's going to take from you? And then we have the two-faced friend down here with the cat. And what I get with this is, you're not being told the truth about this. You're not being told the truth about the purchase. You're not being told the truth about what it is that you're looking at or wanting to invest in, or wanting to spend some sort of large money on. You're not being um they're not being on the up and up about it. And again, with the Nine of Wands, I feel like there's blinders on here where you don't want to pay attention to that because you want this item or this thing so badly. And this could relate to a lot of things. This could relate to a partnership. This could relate to that purchase of something. This could to relate to either or any of those types of situations. And what I get for the outcome is the Ace of Pentacles. And this tells me there's something better out there. That evaluating this, really paying attention and opening your eyes of whether or not you're being told the truth, really looking at the cracks and the crevices that are already forming in the foundation of this situation, and how much you would have to expend to fix it. How much energy of yourself would you have to put into this? How truthful would that person be with you? And there's something else out there. There's a different opportunity. There's a different door that is available to you than what you're currently looking at. Because look, he's looking in this direction. He's only focused on that one situation, person, place, thing, whatever it is. That's all he's focused on. And he's not opening himself up to look at another opportunity. So with that in the challenge position, it's going to cause difficulties for you if you don't get up, stop sheltering, and really look at everything as a whole. Because this new opportunity, you're on the right path regarding an aspect of your life, and money or property through an inheritance, winning or a windfall. So whatever this opportunity is over here, is where I said is better for you, is going to be more successful, is going to put you on the path that you wanted to go on, is going to be maybe easier on your finances, is going to um, bring some sort of windfall or winning or success into your life. Doesn't even have to be material success. It could be success through a different partnership. It could be success, through a different friendship of some sort. Because like I said, this could relate to the foundations of anything. There are some sort of cracks. There is a problem happening, but by the material card being here, you're only looking at the surface level. You're not diving further underneath to really see how strong things are and how good they would be for you. And again, with this Nine of Wands, there's going to be so much energy that you're going to have to expend into this to fix it. And then you're going to maybe possibly have regrets about going down that route. So it's time to evaluate those foundations in the month of September. Whether that's a purchase, a new purchase, whether that's a friendship, a new partnership, or something that you think is bringing some sort of joy into your life, you need to evaluate the foundation of that, and is it strong enough to go forward? Let's see what your theme is Be like the woods, calm, soothing, mysterious, and full of life. So actually what I feel with this woods card is it's time to come out of the forest. It's time to I almost feel like you can't see the forest through the trees kind of thing with this energy. So it's time to actually step into a clearing where you can see things as they truly are. I'd love to know in the comments below, Scorpio, if this resonates for you in some way, and I'm wishing you a wonderful September. Okay, Sagittarius, this is your energy reading for the month of September. Energy, obstacle, and advice, and our additional layer of T cards here. Your energy is the world. This is an ending, and it's a successful ending because I've got peace and harmony and announcement. And if you look at her, she's just like gently laying here on these leaves or in this grassy area. And I feel like she is finally sighing a breath of release and feeling like, thank God this is done, or thank God this is over. That's what I get just looking at that image. It's what it's bringing up in me. With the wind chimes, we have peace and harmony, and the bell, we have announcement. So this ending is good for you. This is something that you've been, I feel, waiting to come to fruition. And I feel like you want to announce it from the rooftops, basically. You want to tell everybody that finally you are in a place of peace, that you are in a better place and not in so much turmoil. Because if I remember correctly, Sagittarius, you had some months of turmoil in my previous Tarotscope readings. And the challenge with that is the Six of Swords. So there are still some things that are in your head that maybe you haven't completely processed yet, but you have definitely moved away from. You've been doing the work to get this cycle to end. You're going to be working hard at this to make sure that this ending sticks. So whether this is leaving a job, leaving a relationship, you're just ending a situation on your terms is what I feel like in the month of September. The flowers card down here tells me that this is bringing you a sigh of relief and some sort of happiness that you have not felt in a while, a calmness that you have not felt in a while. Again, as long as you continue to do the work and not backslide or go back to the situation that you just left, you will come out happier in the end overall. And something that I'm feeling, I'm just pausing for a second and looking over these cards because I feel like I'm missing something. There could be a job that's ending because you are moving on to something else. And the job, if this may resonate for some of you, but the job that you're ending may have been tumultuous, or you just weren't feeling fulfilled in it anymore. And I'm getting that from this desk card. Pay attention to your work. I feel like because of this Six of Swords, that's where that tumultuous energy has come in, that it was a lot of stress for you, and it was a hard decision, I feel, to leave this job. But if that's what this is for some of you, but the cycle that's ending, like I said, shows that there's peace and harmony here. Now, for the advice section of this, we're stepping into the Queen of Wands energy, and I feel like she is the epitome of power when it comes to our queens. All the queens have a sense of power, but I feel like she is really going to step up and be a leader and stand in her sovereignty. She's not going to care what others think about her transition, about her leaving, about her ending this cycle, because she is ending this for herself. She's not ending this for anybody else. She's not doing anything here to people please anyone. She is stepping into her power all on her own. She is not letting anybody sway her. She is not letting anybody take that power away from her. And that's really what I feel with you, Sagittarius, is you're stepping into your own, you're coming into your own. You're going to start trudging down your own path and not what someone else wants you to do. It says a meeting with a stranger could be important and a period of prosperity or abundance. This is why I thought possibly this could be leaving one job that was causing a lot of stress, that was tumultuous for you, and moving into something that is more fitting for you, that challenges you a little bit, that sparks some excitement in you again, because maybe you got burnt out in the job that you were doing. And you are going to meet somebody that maybe puts an offer forward, but there's a period of prosperity and abundance here. So whether that's a job or not, I still feel like stepping into this Queen of Wands energy after you have traversed the ending of this world through the month of September, that you are going to feel more awake, more powerful, more enthusiastic at the end of the month as things settle down. And you're going to take stock, I feel, with this period of abundance and everything that you currently have. Maybe you thought you were going to lose too much, and you find out that by doing this you didn't lose that much to begin with. Instead, you gained that inner wisdom and power. Let's see what your takeaway energy is. And its path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. That's basically what I said through this whole entire reading. This isn't you doing this for anybody else. This is doing this for, you're doing this for yourself, for your own benefit, to make you happy, to bring excitement and adventure back into your life, to maybe feel that zest for life again, is kind of what I feel with this Queen of Wands energy. So I think this theme of the path for the month of September is very fitting for this reading. Let me know in the comments, Sagittarius, if this resonates for you, and I'm wishing you a wonderful September. Okay, this is the energy reading for Capricorn for the month of September. Energy, obstacle, and advice. And our energy for you, Capricorn, is the Hanged Man, surrounded by the Rose, romance is in the air, and the Grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. And what I feel with this Capricorn is, if you happen to be single and you're interested in somebody, or you've got your eye on someone or something, maybe this is not the month to rush forward, and instead take a pause and, look at the person from a different perspective, see if that's really going to be a good fit for you. Situations in the balance require careful handling. This is not something definitely that should be rushed into. I've got two cards here that represent a pause, that represent a waiting that is occurring. And you need to uh, really think about that before you rush forward into something new with somebody. Now, if you don't want to look at this in a romance situation, we can also look at this as in a friendship situation, or someone that you feel that you have a connection with, or are getting close to. Because your obstacle is the Eight of Swords. And I feel like the Eight of Swords is, you're telling yourself all these stories of maybe why you're not worthy of having a relationship, or why you're not worthy of anything better than the person that's standing in front of you. But is that true? And then there's the Skull. Hidden secrets can harm you, and you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. And what I feel with this, Capricorn, is, first of all, are you being truthful with yourself? Are you seeing red flags? Are you noticing that something is going on somewhere and you're not actually being truthful with yourself, because you're stuck in this Eight of Swords, beating yourself up, thinking that this is all you deserve? And you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. I don't see this as a tangible thing necessarily, although it could be, but I am seeing this as giving the precious gift of you. Are you willing to sacrifice yourself for this other person? Are you willing to step into this type of relationship, even though it may not be the best thing for you, especially at this time? And what kind of secrets are going on that could harm you? Like I said, are these your secrets, or are these secrets from this other person that these cards are telling you to hold off on, maybe getting to know that well? The Knight of Pentacles as the advice is a definite nod to whatever is happening here with this person that's coming into your life. It needs to move at an extremely slow pace, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all of the knights. And this is not anything to rush into. This is not anything to give yourself fully to, because you don't really know who this person is. And the only thing that's going to help you in this Knight of Pentacles energy is if you stop telling yourself these stories. If you stop believing the negative things that people have put upon you and told you that you are, or maybe past relationships that made you feel less than. And so now, like I said, this is all you feel that you're worthy of. We've got short journey and affairs with your family here. And we have secrets. So is there a person that you're interested in that you know that maybe your family wouldn't approve of? And they've possibly warned you that this is not going to be a long-term relationship, that this is going to be something short that may just turn your world upside down. So maybe that's why you are keeping things, from the family here. But I also, with the family being below the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like they are your support. There is someone in your family that can help you through this, that can maybe help you see what is really going on here. And is this person trustworthy, or is this a relationship to even indulge in? But you have to be willing to open up and tell them the truth about what is happening and what is going on. And remember to take it slow, because again, with the short journey, this is not a long lasting relationship or a long lasting friendship or partnership of any kind. It is going to be over as quick as it started. So I think that's why the grasshopper and the hangman are here together to say, oh wait, hold on a minute, and really think about, is this, an entanglement that you want to get yourself into? And are you diving headfirst into that? Because look, she's facing this direction. Are you diving headfirst into that because of the old programming you've got going on in your head? And I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, there is a new path that you need to take. There is a new direction that you need to start considering, especially with this Eight of Swords, and, um, boosting yourself in some way, and seeing that you are not the stories that other people have placed upon you. And that's where I also feel that this affairs with your family, this support from your family can come from, Capricorn. Let's get your, theme for the month. Light. Look at the space between the trees for answers. Oh my gosh, I love this. It is like making me tingle everywhere, because look at the tree. So look at the space between the trees for answers. So look to your family to help guide you through this. Look to, those people that are lifting you up and supporting you in some way to help you see the light of this situation, so you don't get trapped in this Eight of Swords, so you don't get hurt by these secrets, so you don't feel that you've got to keep secrets from them. I feel like this is, kind of an energy that's saying, talk to us, let us know, and let us help you in some way. I hope this resonates for you, Capricorn, in some way in the month of September. I'd love to know in the comments below, and I'm hoping you have a wonderful month. Okay, Aquarius, this is your energy reading for the month of September, and we're going to start right here with the star for the energy that you're bringing forward. Usually the star, I feel, is all full of hope and faith and, believing in something else is out there, trusting that the universe is working in their favor, that sort of thing. But I also feel this month for you, Aquarius, that the star card is like your wishes are coming to fruition. What you've been wishing on a star about is now finally coming forward for you, especially since the star is in the sign of Aquarius in the tarot. So I really do feel like it's something that you've been hoping for and waiting to arrive is showing up for you in the month of September. For Archway, we have new opportunities, possibilities, paths opening up, and then we have victory in some endeavor. So that goes along with what I just said of how I feel about the star card. There are new opportunities to embrace. There are new paths opening, new doors that appear out of nowhere for you. Like I said, whatever you were wishing for is now coming to fruition. And this is going to bring some sort of success in your future. I do feel with the 10 of Wands, as your obstacle, that all of this feels overwhelming, especially if these opportunities are presenting themselves quickly or all at once. It's going to feel very overwhelming for you. How are you going to fit this in with everything else that you've got going on? But supporting that, we have shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, and compliments from an admirer. And I feel like whatever it is, whatever endeavor that you are embarking on with this archway energy, that you have a plan in place, you know what you want to accomplish, you know what you want to do, so it's going to work out for you. And I feel like with the compliments from an admirer, I actually feel like that's someone in your corner kind of being your cheerleader. Don't overthink things too much. Don't get yourself overwhelmed with all the to-dos that you have, and just take one step at a time, because like that shrewdness, resourcefulness in business is there on your side. And I really feel like this is a good month for those opportunities. Now, the advice comes from the devil, and I feel it's going to be very easy for you to self-sabotage, for you to get so overwhelmed that you lose sight of what your actual goals are, that you lose sight of what it is that you've wished for so long is now here presenting itself. And so you start self sabotaging. The ladder climbing towards success is letting you know that this is the path that you've been waiting for. This is the direction that you've been wanting to go. So why would you get in your own way now? And it's another thing I get with this is, are there things that you are chained to, that you're clinging to, that aren't necessary anymore and that are really just weighing you down? And then we have Tiger doing something risky and taking a chance. And that's kind of what that devil is. Here, take a chance on this, take a chance on that. And sometimes we need a little bit of that devil energy. We need to be a little bit selfish so we can step into that moment of risk. So think about what you've been wishing for. Think about the opportunities that you've been waiting to come, and don't get overwhelmed with them. Just take it one step at a time. Don't self sabotage either. This is your month to start climbing that ladder of success. That's what I get with this. There's victory in this. There's people there that are cheering you on, that are supporting you in some way. And sometimes you have to take a chance on yourself. So that's something else to remember. Let's get a theme for you, Aquarius. Let's see what your theme for the month is. Oh, look at this. Hope. An idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest. So you had already laid the groundwork for this energy of hope. You had already put that wish upon a star out there. And now it's coming forward for you. It's showing up in victory. It's showing up in those new paths opening up. So go ahead and be a little bit selfish and step into that energy in the month of September. Let me know, Aquarius, if this resonates for you in some way. I'd love to know, and please share with me in the comments below. And I'm hoping you have a wonderful September. Okay, Pisces, here is your energy reading for the month of September. And we're going to start over here with our Two of Pentacles, and this is the energy of the for the month. And what I get with this is, you are trying to manage everything, and you are really trying to, I feel, manage other people. That's what I get with this because um, of the cards that are surrounding it. So we have Dagger, fear, worries, intense situations, and then we have Valley, deep personal strength, peace that assures success. And I feel that you are the middleman. You are here. You are this girl on this bike. This is the other people, and you are trying to be the mediator. You are trying to make sure that everybody's happy and that everybody is taken care of and that their needs are met and that they're getting what they want, and you're trying to um, squash the arguments or squabbles that are coming up, and you're trying to keep the peace, and you're trying to, not get too entangled in it, but you're getting entangled in it anyway. That's really where what I feel is going on with the energy. And so instead of actually keeping the peace for these other people, you are causing stress for yourself, and you are not having peace for yourself. You are in a state of stress because of that and trying to manage their expectations, their wants, and so on. The obstacle is the Queen of Pentacles, and I feel like I just want to live my life. I will nurture, I will take care of you, but God, I just want to live my life too. And then the Hand is in need of help, assistance, and guidance. And then too much concern with sexual matters is the Rabbit down here. And what I feel with this obstacle is everybody's wanting your help, everybody's wanting your assistance, everybody's wanting you to take care of their problems for them. Everybody's wanting you to fulfill their desires. I'm not seeing this in a sexual manner. I'm seeing this as their desires overall. Everybody's wanting you to manage their desires, take care of the desires, make sure that they have all the things that they need and their wants. And here you are trying to nurture this whole entire situation, losing yourself in the process. You're lost in all of this by trying to manage everybody. And I feel like that you don't know where your desires start and end anymore because you're so busy taking care of somebody else's, and you're too busy assisting and helping and guiding other people through their things that you're not assisting or guiding yourself. So the advice to this situation comes from the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is usually about being left out, um, being excluded from something, or a loss of security in some way. And what I am seeing with this, considering what I saw in these two cards, is you need to exclude yourself from some things. You need to go on the outside. Because look, we have pentacles here, we have a giant pentacle here, and look, this all these pentacles are behind this glass in this house. You need to be this person on the outside in the cold. You need to get away from taking care of everybody else's problems, of handling the situations, of trying to keep everything even and balanced for everybody else around you, losing yourself in the process of all of that. The Ant, work, achievement, success. And then we have Flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. So, since this work card came out here, this may be a situation that is arising amongst your coworkers. There may be turmoil, upset, what discord of some sort in the workplace, and they're looking to you to mediate it, to be the sounding board. Everybody's coming to you with their problems instead of dealing with stuff on their own. And maybe even the boss is coming to you wanting you to take care of it and fix it for everybody. That may be a situation that's going on too. But no matter what it is, that is what the core essence of this reading is, that you are taking care of everything for everyone else. Work, achievement, and success with the Ant. If you walk away from this situation, if you remove yourself and say, hey, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not the scapegoat. I'm not the one that's going to handle your problems for you. I'm not the one that's going to try to make everybody get along. I'm not the one that is going to, fix your peace for you. You need to take care of that on your own. That's what I get with this energy. And don't be tempted to lower your standards is you don't have to keep doing this. You don't have to keep being the fall guy. You don't have to keep being the one that everybody turns to and dumps all their issues onto. And then you're left here like, okay, now what do I do with this? So you need to put yourself on the outside of this situation in order to get better clarity with it. Or you need to get some help with this situation to say, hey, look, I'm not dealing with this any longer. Someone else has to step up and take care of this issue because this is no longer my problem. That's what I get with this energy right here. So I'm going to pull a card to see what your theme for the month overall is. Well, not that many, so let's do that again. Retreat, exactly what I said with that card. Spoil yourself in the morning mist, breathe in nature's sweet scents. And look, he's out here in nature. And like I said, even though this card means lost, the fact that the context of the reading I'm seeing in one light, I have to read this card in a different way. I could see this as, you are losing out in this situation. I mean, that's really what the situation is. You're on the losing end of this. No matter what you do, no matter who you try to please, what you try to take care of for them, you're on the losing end of it. And they're still going to continue to take and take and take from you. So my original assessment of it's time to remove yourself from this situation and leave all those sunflowers inside that building goes along with this energy of retreat, which is what I already said, to, basically take care of yourself, spoil yourself first and what your needs and your wants are, and get back to yourself because you've lost yourself by taking care of and dealing with everybody else's problems and drama. So Pisces, I would love to know if this resonates for you in some way. Please leave it in the comments below. And I hope you have a wonderful month of September. So that is all of the readings for this month. Let me know in the comments below. Did you like this? Did you like the tea leaf cards? I never think to pull these out. I really, really do enjoy these cards. I really enjoyed the way these readings played out for everybody. So I would really love to know, I would really, I think I've said that 100 times, but I would like to know in the comments below how this resonated for you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you being here. And if you like this, I would appreciate a thumbs up or a subscribe so you can see more of these from me. I put these Tarotscopes out every single month. And until I see you next time, bye.